How's it going, everybody? I'm back. I am not an attorney and do not give legal advice. If you want legal advice, please contact an attorney. I am merely a guy who's making a video to show what I do when cops and courts try to screw me over. It ain't basically gonna happen. Okay. Now let's start off with my case number here. Case number 774723. Now I'm giving you my case number because I say what I do and I do what I say. A lot of people might want to claim that they waved their hand and the judge started crying and said, "Forgive me, master," and ran off the bench, and then they claim to be owners of the ship or whatever have you. And if they don't want to give you a case number so you can verify through the transcript or audio recording, personally, I wouldn't believe it. But that's me. There's a lot of stupid people out there, and what can you do? So anyway, I was found guilty for 5 cases. I lost 5 cases, and now I'm saying with this notice of appeal right here, I don't agree with your decision, and I'm going to appeal to your boss and show him what I argued, and look, I should have won. I already know I'm going to win, but anyway, the point is that I won too, only because the cops didn't show, and actually I objected, and Judge Rottenberg still didn't let me get a continuance so that I could go ahead and cross-examine these cops. So it's a technical win. I don't consider it a win, but that's me. Anyway, so this notice of appeal, and this is for California, of course, is so that I can get all of the record. And by that I mean any official electronic recording when they recorded me, or any of the motions that I filed, and or any paperwork that they filed. I mean, basically it's everything so I can get ready to argue this in the appellate division. Now, of course, what happened was that I got this letter after this letter right here. I received this letter in the mail. Now this letter says right here, Glendale Court does not have an official electronic recording. You may proceed with your appeal by filing a statement on appeal. Well, how interesting is that? All of a sudden they don't have an official electronic recording. Well, I'm not surprised, and I was ready for that, and that's why I filed certain motions. But anyway, so if you don't know what a statement on appeal is, it's basically I can type up something saying what, basically typing up what I remember, and then the judge writes up or types up what he remembers, and whatever doesn't match, of course, they're most likely going to believe him. It's a scam, and I know it's a scam, so I'm not going to play with, by their rules right now. I usually do, but this time I'm not. I'm going to say no, it's unconstitutional, because all courts, or all superior courts in the state of California, shall be courts of record. And they know that, and I know that, and now they know that I know that. So now I'm going to see what they're going to do. Okay? So I basically ignored this letter because I found in the rules of court that if I did and I didn't file anything or respond to this by the date it says I should, I would actually get more time. And sure enough, I did. I ended up getting this paper right here. It's another letter. 774723, of course. Let's see if you can see it. But anyway, so the point is, I bought more time, and it says failure to comply by a certain date will result in the appeal being dismissed. Now Glendale knows that I want it getting dismissed. Nope, not after all this time and effort I put into this case. So I'm going to show you a little sneak peek of what I'm going to file, and I believe that they broke a lot of laws and a lot of my civil rights and constitutional and federal rights, but that's me, along of course committing some crimes along the way. But not everybody does this, and who's going to put in the time and effort to do this? So this is why they do it, not because they are authorized to do so, but just because they simply can. Now there's a saying, to secure ourselves against defeat lies in our own hands, but the opportunity of defeating the enemy is provided by the enemy himself. And the city of Glendale, along with this court, LA Superior Court, Appellate Division, have been so arrogant that by sending me this letter over here saying that they don't have a official electronic recording, that's going to be my exhibit, whatever the case may be, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, whatever, in federal court. Because now it's not a court of record, and they just admitted that. So I want to thank you guys out there for being robots and just sending out basic letters that you guys send out every day. Only the difference is I know my rights. So this is what I'm going to write to them. This case has so many problems, I'm sure it's becoming your worst nightmare. I am seeking criminal charges for the actions of those who have committed criminal acts and those who acted in furtherance of this RICO conspiracy. Each time you use the U.S. mail to send documents in an attempt to collect an illegal debt, you violate provisions of the Mail Fraud Statute in Title 18 of the United States Code. You might think twice henceforth and put an end to this game that you have played very badly and got caught in the process. I find this conduct not only shocking to the conscience, but consciously shocking. I was being a smartass, of course. These are some of the most egregious acts in the history of the judiciary. I will challenge such unconstitutional conduct. And I will. Now, they were saying, I called the collection agency to see how much I would pay if I were just to bend over and say, hey, look, I'm an average guy. I'll give you my hard-earned money for free because I don't know my rights. And they came out and said that it would be around $3,000 to $4,000, maybe even $5,000. I kept getting different responses. And I was like, wow, that's a lot of money. But they don't realize that by telling me that, I can just file $300 or pay $300 and file a lawsuit in Fed court. Now, see what happens when they force you into fighting? They didn't give me a way out. And not because there's no way out. Not that I even want to get a way out because I know they're committing crimes anyways. But this is what happens. Now people are forced to fight. And the city's going to pay. And so I'm sure the city attorney, she's very nice, of course, very, very nice, is gonna, I think she gets paid more than $300. I could be wrong, but you know, it's gonna cost them more than it's gonna cost me. So keep that in mind, City of Glendale. You guys better get ready. But I digress. The point is that if anybody chooses to fight, in the end, it may seem like it's more money and more time, but in the long run, when you win the lawsuit or RICO suit that you file, whatever the case may be, you will honestly get threefolds. I mean, it's just amazing. So I'm going to show people by doing it myself and show them, hey, look, this is what happens when they mess with someone that knows the law. And I want to, of course, quote my mentor: those of you that don't know the law shouldn't play with those of us that do.